Hello, good afternoon. My name is Niskanen. Welcome to my sewing vlog. And today we are, first of all, today is Tuesday, the 10th of August. And this week we are working on finishing the Zadie jumpsuit and hopefully starting on the, that is a pattern from Paper Theory. And hopefully later on this week we'll be able to start working on the Marett pants from Seamwork. But today we are finishing the, well, honestly probably not finishing yet, mostly because it's just, there's a good amount of stuff left to be done. So today the first thing that we're going to do is sewing the crotch seam on the pants portion of the Zadie jumpsuit. And once that is done, I probably need to finish most of the seam. The instructions say that you need to overlock the crotch seam together, starting at back, but taper the overlocking off before you get to the front leg. You will come back and finish the overlocking on this seam at a later stage, which seems fair. But yes, today we are at that point, and let's get to it. I'll see you on the other side. Alright, I have pants, they fit. I have a top, it fits. And now it is time to combine the two. Although that was just my my Pomodoro, which means that it is time to go do other things. By the magic of video, the next thing that you will see is me pinning and finishing the waist seam for the jumpsuit. I will see you on the other side. Alright, I have a full thing. What is the word? Jumpsuit. I have a full jumpsuit. The next thing I need to do is I need to make the ties happen, and that should be fairly simple. I just need to fold it in half, and then sew them the halves together. Except I think that I'm just going to serge the whole thing. But before I do that, I think that the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to iron out these pieces, because I cut them from the edge, from the very edge of the fabric, and well, washing fabric just makes it not behave prettily at all times. So that's what I'm gonna do first. I should probably check the instructions, whether or not they want me to do the thing with the thing. Press the halfway point into them to begin with, but in any case, ties are happening, and they are happening now. I'll see you on the other side. All right, the ties are on, and I think they're on correctly. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the ties are on, and the next thing that I need to do is do the bias binding. And for that, I have this wax cloth binding that I bought from a shop in Paris, I think. Because I am not going to make my own bias binding. That is not what I'm here for at all. But there is quite a lot of binding to get done. And apparently my dog is as unhappy about this as I am. So anyway, that is where we are. I just need to do the binding and it will all be okay, I think. I hope. Anyway, there's really not much to do except that. So that is exactly what I am going to do. Please pray for me. Alrighty, basically everything is finished except the hemming. The last thing that I did was finishing the last of the crotch seam, because the instructions tell you to stop before you reach the front leg, or taper out before you reach the front leg. So that's what I did, and now I have everything finished except for the sleeves and the hems of the legs. And then after that's done, my whole Zadie jumpsuit is finished, and I am very much looking forward to wearing it. So let's finish it. Alright, it is done and it is good. The center back crotch seam could stand to be a little longer just to have a bit of ease. But I'm very happy with the result. Just hold on a second. Yeah, it appears that it is impossible for me to show what it actually looks like. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow when we have light outside again. And that means that also means that tomorrow I'm gonna start on the Marett trousers. And this time I am adding heaps of length to the back crotch seam. My goodness, that is a hard word. Crotch seam. Anyway, there are pockets. It hangs just the way I want it to. I love how the bias tape that I chose is contrasting with the fabric without coming out too much. I'm very happy with the result, and it is very comfortable to wear as well. So yay, successes. On to other things. I will see you tomorrow. Alright, it is Wednesday night. It is almost 11, so it is soonish about to be Thursday. So anyway, it is time to start working on the Marett pants. So the first thing that I think I'm going to do, because the Marett pants are supposed to lay at your natural waist, so they're pretty high-waisted. So the first thing I think I'm gonna do is I am going to measure the depth of the crotch seam again, because I don't think that I don't think that I put down the measurement at all. So I'm going to measure that first so that I can figure out how much I need to add. And then I'm gonna do the slash and spread trick again, or for the first time. Anyway, do the thing with the thing. Yes, I think that's really going to be the very first thing. There's the fabric that I used for the Zadie jumpsuit is just not gonna be enough, so that's not going to work. But I might be able to make a mock-up out of it. It's going to end at the knees, but that's fine because it doesn't need to end anywhere else. And to be honest, it was cheap enough that I don't mind. The actual fabric that I'm going to be using is this, again, very dark brown striped fabric. This is, I'm pretty sure it is almost all of it polyester. At least it caught fire, it beaded and melted basically. There might be just enough cotton there to ensure that it catches fire. There might also be a bit of wool in there, but I doubt it. So yes, it is, however, light enough that it should be pretty good with the Marett pants, but it is also sturdy enough that I think that it might actually drape very well. Like, it has enough weight to drape, I hope, very well. So that is pretty much where we are at this point. I'm not going to be able to cut tonight anything because it is getting late, as I mentioned, and there is always tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love you, tomorrow. You're only a day away. Anyway, yes, I think that is about it. So first, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to measure the waistbands, because the Marett pants have a waistband. I'm going to measure the waistbands, remove the, what is the word? The seam allowance from that measurement, and then I'm going to try my best to measure the seat depth. Anyway, the length of the crotch seam on the pattern, and then remove the seam allowances from that, and or those pieces, and then figure out how much I want to have there. So my actual measurement is 96 centimeters, and I do want a little bit of ease there. So maybe I'm going to try to do something like 98 or even 100 centimeters total. And I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to add some of it to the bottom portion. So because there's a curve, the crotch seam does this sort of curve thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slash downward and add some of the length there, and then also slash sideways to the side seam and add some of the length there, and that should make it spread out more evenly, I hope. I am slightly terrified because I have never managed to make pants that fit, and you can't just fudge it with pants. So yeah, here goes nothing. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I have measured and I have done the math, and basically I need to add 6.5 centimeters to the length of the crotch seam. I'm trying to decide if I should make some adjustment for a full belly. Why are pants so hard? Too much math. Listen, I like math, but I math for a living. So math should not be included in one's hobbies if it is part of a living. Anyway, 6.5 centimeters, that's about this much. It's not much, but it is quite a lot in any case. So yeah. I am going to see what needs to be done. I might need to spread out some. I might need to be I might need to spread out some of it to the front as well, although I kind of doubt it. Usually the stuff that I've seen has been problems with the back. The posterior, if you will. Anyway, I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to add 2.5 centimeters to the bottom of the curve, and then 4 centimeters to the hinge. That should make it relatively okay. We will see. In any case, I'll see you on the other side. Well, it is done. At least the first version. I really hope that this will be a workable version, because I just... There is a project over there in the corner that has been there for over a year. Jesus. It has been there for over a year. Mostly because it is trousers, alas. It is a pair of Victorian bicycle bloomers. They're gorgeous, but for some reason they are intent on giving me a wedgie, and I don't want them to give me a wedgie. So in the corner they stay until I can figure out how to make it work. So I really hope the same thing doesn't happen to these Marett pants. And if it does, they're both going to be in the same corner until the Cash Marett is, or Jenny something, I can't remember her name, but she owns and operates Cash Marett Pattern Company. And she has a book for plus size home sewists, all about the what is the word? All about the fitting methods to employ specifically for plus size bodies. And if this doesn't work, I'm just going to have to wait until that comes out. And that should be, I think, October. I have it pre-ordered already, but October is a long way away, and I would like to be able to make these pants now. So here's hoping it works out, at least somewhat. In any case, now I think I am going to go to bed and dream of, well, Knack McFeagles at this point, because I've been listening to the Tiffany Aching series, and I'm on The Shepherd's Crown, which is the last book in the series, and also the last book that Terry Pratchett ever wrote. So, yeah. It is going to be hard. Anyway, but, yes. I will see you on the other side. Good afternoon. It is Friday the 13th of August, and it is time to make the mock-up for the Marett pants happen. I'm going to start by cutting some of the lime green linen that you can just barely see in the lower corner of the mirror there. I should have enough of that to have basically like shorts length mock-up of the Marett pants, and after that it's gonna be anybody's guess, so we'll see. Yes, I think that is going to be good enough for this particular purpose. The only thing that I want to do is I want to check fit along my backside as well as at the sides, because if the side seams are crooked, then I'm going to have to make more adjustments to the thing. But we will see what we can see. I will see you on the other side. All right, the fabric is cut out, the muslin fabric. I wound up using my muslin because turns out I did not have enough of the linen in store to actually make even a shorts length version, mostly because I don't know why, but for some reason I had folded it lengthwise instead of widthwise. So I assumed that what I had was a length, but turns out I had a width. So that was not great. Now it is time to sew pleats and darts and then side seams, because I'm skipping the pockets and I'm skipping the stuff and things. Well, I'm skipping a lot of steps that I will be doing when I'm actually constructing the thing. But while I am still only working for to discover the fit of the thing, I'm just gonna let it be. In any case, darts, pleats, side seams. I'll see you on the other side. Good evening. I have mostly let this entire day get away from me again, and, well, there's nothing for it now but to repent my evil actions and get to work. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to sew the front rise of the Marett pants mock-up. The next action after that would be inserting the waistband and the zipper, but I'm not going to add the zipper until I have a reasonable expectation that the pants will actually fit. So what I am instead going to do is I am going to sew the front rise, and then I'm going to sew the back rise, or what have you, to the double notches that indicate the end of the zipper, I'm pretty sure. Something like that. In any case, up to the double notch. And then I'm going to sew the inseam from one hem to the next, because that is the last step before hemming that the actual instructions have you do. So I'm going to do everything except add the waistband and the zipper. And yeah, I should be able to make these into something that I can try on with what I have here. The back seam will be a little wonky where the zipper is missing, but that's fine. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I will see you on the other side. All right, the seams are sewn now. I'm going to go try it on, because that's where we are right now. I think I'm going to ask my partner to help me and well, basically pin me in. That should work. Yes. I'll see you on the other side. All right. The pants are on. There's no waistband. So there's a little bit too much ease at the waist, but I think that will go away. And I think there's a little bit of weirdness here at the pleats. And I think, well, first of all, I've managed to put the pleats facing in the same direction when they should be facing in the opposite directions. So that's not great. But I think I actually prefer the one facing inward. So that's what I'm gonna go with for the final thing. The backside looks pretty good. There's a little bit too much down here, but I think that is par for the course for these pants, and that's going to be taken care of with a drapier fabric. There's a little bit too much here at the waist. I would prefer it if there were less here. I think what I might do is I might take about a centimeter away from the front so that it's just a wee bit less loose. But in general, I think it's pretty good. The fit is pretty good. I am very happy. I've had a big dinner tonight, so this is pretty much the most ease that I'm going to require from these pants. So that means that I can start moving on to the next phase, which is cutting out the actual fabric. And yes, I think that is going to be a good thing. I think I'm going to remove about a centimeter off from the waistline on both sides. I might actually just remove half a centimeter from both the front and the back so that because the waist, the side seams at the waist are pretty dang straight. So yes, I think that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove half a centimeter on both the back and the front piece, so that way the seams stay constant. The legs are really long, but that's okay because they're gonna get hemmed. And yeah, I think these are going to be good once I put them in a more drapey fabric, because muslin does not drape. It really does not, but it is very good for structural purposes. So anyway, this has been a very good success. Let's move on. I'll see you on the other side. Good afternoon. It is Sunday the somethingest of, I think, possibly the 15th. Yes, it is it is the 15th because oh, for goodness sake, I cannot even seem to talk today. It is the 15th because it was the 13th on Friday, and that means that today is the 15th. So, I have all but the pocket pieces cut out of the nice striped fashion fabric for my Marett pants. I didn't, the fabric that I'm using, it's a drapey polyester. I think it's probably a polyester based on the burn test, but it's another what is the word? Come on now. It's another remnant fabric. So I don't know for certain what's in it, but I think it's mostly polyester. It burned stinky, but maybe a little bit sharp, but mostly it was the residue that it left. It was hard and plasticky, so that's why I think it's probably polyester. And also the inside of it is, it's probably polyester. So anyway, but the fabric is thick enough that it is suitable for suiting. So for that reason, I don't necessarily want to make the pockets out of that. Mostly because I don't think that it's going to wind up, well, mostly because I think that if I make the pockets out of the same fabric, it'll wind up looking bulky, and I don't want that. So I went digging in my cabbage patch and found this lovely lining fabric that should do very nicely for specifically that purpose. It is apparently it is 75% triacetate and 25% polyamides. So basically probably something like polyester. Sorry about that. That means that I didn't want to use natural fiber, especially wool, inside in the pocket, because polyester and wool rubbing up against each other like they would in a trouser, that's just a recipe for static electricity. So I'm not excited about that. But the thing is that I am going to need to, because this has been in my cabbage patch for a long, long time, I am going to have to iron it out before I cut it. And that's just annoying. But it is what I'm going to have to do, so let's do this thing. I will see you once I have everything cut out and working to my satisfaction. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, everything is cut out. There is about to be a storm outside or something. It's gotten really dark. Anyway, well, basically everything has been cut out. So right now what I think I'm going to do is I am going to first finish the edges of the well, not the edges, the side seams of the leg pieces. So that way they'll be finished I'll finish them with the serger. So that way when I do sew them together, they'll already be finished, because the instructions tell you to press the seams open. So this way I will have finished seam allowances when I sew, and that means that I will have a good time, I hope. Anyway, and then after the seam allowances on the side seams and the crotch seams are finished, I will also need to stay stitch both the waistband pieces and the waistline pieces on the leg pieces. And then after those are all done, I need to do the pleats and the pleats in the front and the darts in the back. And then after that, I'll get back to you on that after that. In the meanwhile, I'll see you on the other side. All right, I did not manage my time well tonight again. I went away to do other things, and suddenly it was almost midnight and I need to be up at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, even though it's a holiday. So that's it for tonight. And that's it for this vlog. Tomorrow I will make the pleats happen. Oh, before I do that, tomorrow I will make the stay stitching happen at the waistline and at the waistband. I think what I might do with the waistband is that I might actually interline it, not interface it, so that I've got Wait, I don't have enough of the waistband pieces. I only have one set of waistband pieces. I need two sets of waistband pieces. So tomorrow I'm going to cut those out. But my point is that I might just interline instead of interface my waistband. I think, well, I cleaned that away. How very efficient of me. So I've got the muslin pieces that I cut out earlier for the mock-up that I never actually used. So what I think I'm gonna do is I am going to use those and interline the waistband pieces. I can't remember if it's the front or the back, or the outside or the inside pieces of the waistband that need to be interfaced. But I think that interlining with the muslin is going to give me more structure than interfacing with an interfacing. What is the word? I can't remember. But the kind of interfacing that you iron on. I do have a little bit of the kind of interfacing that you would use for collars, the kind that I used for the Harrison shirt. And that did give me a very good crisp result. Except I don't think that would hold up for the because I would expect that this waistband is going to get sweaty at some point. TMI, but there you go. So I don't think an iron-on interfacing is going to, that's the word, hey, by the way. An iron-on interfacing is going to work in the way that I need it to. So, I think that using the muslin will give me structure enough for the interlining and through the interlining, what am I saying? And that will give me a better result than iron-on interfacing. We will see, but I am hopeful. In the meanwhile, it's time to close out this vlog because we have come to the end of yet another week. Next week we will be working on the Marett pants, more on the Marett pants, and hopefully be done by the time the next one airs or ends, and move on to the I'm so sorry, the trench coat work that I need to get done. And I think that's about it. I got the buttons for the trench coat yesterday, but I'm not going to show them to you until next time, or possibly the time after that. I will also show you the fabric next time, probably. Anyway, for certain we will be finishing the Marett pants and getting started on the mock-up for the trench coat. Oh, goodness. Clearly it is getting close to midnight. Anyway, if you like this vlog, please like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and I will see you next Thursday.